Hello and welcome, I'm Arumba. Thank you for joining me. We're on episode number 3 of Let's Play EU4 as England, Ahistoric England at that. Now let's see if it makes sense maybe to combine any of these regiments as well. I think we will. Lowers our costs, makes them more efficient. The ratio is really getting kind of close, but I'm okay with that. Now we're down to just 20 out of the force limit, and our costs are going down, which is good. War exhaustion is still pretty high. We can boost stability now. I do want to do that. And as soon as we get some more diplomatic power, we're going to do this. And we'll worry about vassalizing Scotland later. Crossing a river, I think would be a good move in attacking into him. This is our shock leader. No, it's not. Interesting. This is our fire leader. Well, he's still pretty good. Now, we were at a higher war score than this, but somehow it went down. France will not concede defeat until we take the capital, so we have to wait for that. Slaughtered that army. How about we send you Richard Plunganet? And are we going to catch you, or are you going to get away? We caught you! River crossing, fighting in plains. Looks like he has a superior fire value. Fire value of 6. Wow. Henry Percy's supposed to be really good at fire, and yet he's getting trounced by the King of France, Charles VII. But we still have a numeric advantage plus more morale, so it won't matter. We're going to win anyway. Foy. Oh, he's actually not the King of France. He's the King of Foy. Isn't he? No. Oh, it is Charles VII. That is the commander. He could die in battle right now. I'd really like to clean up that army. Okay, shattered retreat to Barry. Let's go there. And actually, let's take the... let's group and then detach. Hopefully we'll have a proper ratio here. No, this seems to have quite a few... it's got 3,000 infantry in the garrison, so we need to leave behind a lot of our infantry just to siege it. I'm going to keep them together for now. I'm not too worried about him rallying much together. France's manpower is still very high, but his troop count's very low. I could go blockade. And it looks like Provence. I'm not sure. I think if my ally takes Provence, then I can maybe force him to surrender. But then again, maybe it's Portugal's war score with Provence that gets kind of tallied, and I don't get to do that. I'm not sure. I don't have all of the answers. I'm sorry. I'm trying. Okay, we'll chase that down. Yep, where do you think you're going, dude? This is going to take quite a while to siege. Fortunately, their war exhaustion is lowering our siege timers. And this is where I've kind of learned that what you really want to do is beat the crap out of their army, get their war exhaustion high, and we'll take the inflation. Ugh. Just losing that one stability right now. Don't want to do that. But if you get their war exhaustion high, it actually becomes much easier to siege. So you beat up their army, and then you siege everything. Which kind of makes sense to me. Should have known that, kind of intuitively. Come on, Portugal, do your job. And while we're up here, maybe we should take care of that army too. It's the army of Orleans. We've got that improper ratio here, so let's go ahead and give them some extra infantry. Richard something or other here doesn't really need to lead this siege since he has no siege score. So we'll take his army, create a new unit, and we'll detach, say, 2,000 infantry. Actually, let's do it the other way. We're going to send everything over and then keep two of the strongest infantry, like you two, with him as the leader. And then we'll combine, and then I'm actually going to have Richard here lead this army, but it'll have a proper balance. We'll have the right ratio of infantry to cavalry. Oh no, I said Richard. Darn it. Fine, we'll have to go into Normandy first. The ratio's proper, at least. Okay, where's Richard? Richard the shock guy. I like it. Oh yeah, you want to bug out now, huh? You're scared. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to do a little trick I've learned. So watch this. So he should stay now, right? And what I do, this is a trick I learned apparently from, I learned this from Shenra. He's a great guy, great channel. He played a lot of EU3, so he knows all the little tricks. So you have no leader, right? The way that your leader's maneuver score works is it increases how quick your armies move. The AI, notice how the AI basically bugged out, like with 1 day difference. They knew exactly when I would arrive, so they said, nuh-uh, we're not doing that. So watch, I'm going to wait until, I just told him to leave with no leader, we're in our own land, I'm going to wait until he bugs out, like that, right? Notice the 15th and the 14th again. Now, if I put my guy, Richard, in charge, he's going to speed the army up and we'll catch him. See how it's the 14th and the 14th? Ha! I'm gaming the system, AI. You can't know when we're leaving, we're going to catch you. It's a very neat little trick. I like it a lot. Okay, so slaughter that army. 1.67 war score. Now we're going to keep chasing down armies with this group. And we're going to win. We got this war in the bag. 17 war exhaustion for him. Kind of annoying me that we're losing. We have such high war score considering, or sorry, war exhaustion considering we're winning every battle. Have we even lost a single battle? We've won every single battle. What luck. Be nice if we had some cannons. We could siege that a little quicker. Okay, let's split and go half up north to take care of that army and half over here to take care of these little ones. Be nice to get that other leader in charge, but we've got to go onto owned territory to change him. I'm keeping one diplomat available in hopes that we can force a victory soon. Pretty much I want to force the victory as soon as we take over the capital, if it works. Okay, the siege is now up to 8 on the siege status, so very likely to win very soon. Portugal is surprisingly contributing a pretty hefty stack of troops. And since this is part of Provence, let's see, how does this work now? So Provence has exactly 0 war score against us, and I guess it's strange that we don't have that. We have nothing, even though Portugal is sieging it. Oh, but they will accept a surrender. Cool. Actually, they're okay, so it does say Provence will occupy Portugal. So my ally taking it does count towards it. So we get 41 war score for Provence doing that. We have 86 reasons for acceptance. War exhaustion, occupied and besieged provinces. Yeah. Okay, Provence is pretty small, but they own some land up here in the Bordeaux trade network, and I'm wanting to steal power from them, if possible. So if we did the transfer trade power, we could take some trade power from them for the next 5 years, and we get 1 prestige for it, versus doing concede defeat and gaining 5 prestige, but we don't really gain anything from it. So instead, we'll do transfer trade power. I want you to revoke. I want you to give me money. 27 gold. And how about you revoke your cores? And that should be fine. Interestingly, he won't revoke 2. Oh, demands exceed war score, that's why. Current demand is 45. Well, that's interesting. Alright, that's fine. We get a little bit of money, we get some prestige, and we get half their trade power from these 2 provinces, since we are in that Bordeaux trade network. Sounds good. So get out of the war, Provence. How dare you participate? You fool! They've accepted. Okay, so now that they're out of the war, that's going to weaken the alliance and make France even more willing to surrender. However, it does lower our war score, since the occupation of Provence was counting towards the war score. So, but now, when we look in the trade network, the trade zone, notice how England, now we have the most trade power, and we are getting trade power. We should see trade power from Provence in here. Maybe it takes a month. There it is. Receives trade power from Provence. 1.7. It's not much, but it adds up. Now, Brittany. Do we like Brittany? Are we going to want to attack Brittany at some point? I think so. They have lands adjacent to us, so we'll be able to attack them at some point. Let's go ahead and embargo them. Hey, you. How do you feel? Well, first off, I guess, how do you feel about us? I feel threatened. You should be. Yeah, we're gonna embargo you, Brittany. We have no diplomats available, though. So we gotta wait a little bit before we can do that. Now we have to get out of Provence, so we'll chase that army. Now, who else, France, do you have that is not a vassal? Orléans? That's interesting. So how many of these people can I actually sue for peace with? Vassal or lesser partner? How do I tell? I know that you're in war together. I guess I kind of just picked the right one randomly. I want to see, is there like a vassals map mode? Sphere of Influence. There we go. Okay, so Sphere of Influence map mode. Colors the provinces which are owned by your vassals or owned by a country in a union with your country. Dark green indicates provinces owned. Light green indicates provinces owned by a vassal or a country in a union. So, how does that help me? So Provence isn't listed. Okay, so I could look at it this way. I could look at the who's red right now. Oh god, I can't be bothered with it. I'll just try it with each of them. Oh wait, it's not going to let me know until I actually have a diplomat available. Okay, well let's just take Ile-de-France. Come on, let's go. I think we'll bump it up to speed 3 now that we're kicking butt. We can do a royal marriage. We can claim our rival's province, Armor. Armor. We would gain a claim too. I like that. Are we going to want to go straight into a war after this war? Against Brittany? I don't think it'd be much of a challenge. But we'll wait. We'll just wait. I mean, there's no point in taking a mission if I'm not going to actually act on it yet. Okay, there's our diplomat. So who out of you can I actually sue for peace? Someone will probably pop up in the comments and say, there's a really easy way to see it. And that'd be nice if I knew how to do that, but I don't. Well, apparently Provence was the only one we could actually knock out. They're all vassals. Vassals are annoying. Is that this? Yeah, Armagnac, Auvergne. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, everyone else is a vassal. Alright, so we'll keep crushing his army, and eventually this thing will tick and we'll get his capital. Why are you still exiled? We'll go back to our own land then, and then come out here. Hey, France. We want to take your capital. We're going to take your capital, and then we want you to surrender. Oh man, we're capped out on that, so we just have to wait. It's only a 28% chance. It's going to take a number of events, another number of rolls before we actually get it. Can we lower our own exhaustion? Hey, perfect. Good, we got it on the very next roll. Sweet. Hey, France, how about you? Yeah, you want to surrender? We want you to, England and France, we want you to... No, we don't want to annex it. We want a union with France. That is what we want. Takes 84% war score. We did this in the Portugal playthrough, but our situation was pretty bad. We could just take it, a transfer trade power. But since we've got, we've got such a leg up on France, let's go ahead and do it. Let's Alright, let's take some of... We'll take his 2 coastal provinces, because they'll be easier to siege. So go take care of his army. You go take care of Poitou. You go take care of Languedoc. We've already got this one sort of blockaded. We'll need to blockade Languedoc soon. And that should hopefully get us up to 84%. We've already gained 40 war score from battles. And we should start getting that ticking war score. So eventually we'll get up to 84% pretty quick. I guess I want you guys to stay right in the middle. Actually, you have no leader. We have no one with siege values. But yeah, we want one guy right in the middle to track down small armies. And it's a lot... The reason I'm going for the coastal provinces is just that it is a lot easier to siege them when they don't have that -2 from not being blockaded. Like this guy. So we need to get a ship over there. Let's send all 5 this time so that they don't get beat up by anybody. Although Provence was the one that did it last time. It's okay, we can pay for them. Now we have been losing money, but not nearly as much as you would have expected. How's your manpower look at France? Huh? 30,000. But you can't do anything with it. I think I'm going to keep pressing that button. Just try to prune the army down a bit. So that we lower our monthly expenses and kind of maximize the utility of our manpower. I don't want to reinforce armies, regiments that have like 100 men, because if you reinforce from 100 men to 200 men, they're still completely useless in combat. They've got to have like, I think the numbers were, if a regiment has 75% or more, they fight at full strength. If they have, I think it was 50 to 75%, then they fight at like half strength or something. And if they have less than 50% strength, then they fight like nothing. They're just worthless. Lollards were a heretical group following the theological teaching of John Wycliffe. Popular protests against the wealth, power, and pride of the clergy were frequent, and in times of disorder would express themselves in an extreme form. They had been persecuted several times during the 14th century, and their last appearance was in the early 15th century. Interesting. So no matter what, we're going to lose 1 stability, which is really not cool. And we're going to gain either we gain Lollards, which increases revolt risk terribly, and we lose money, or we just lose opinion with everybody. It doesn't affect Denmark, which is my next possible ally. The Papal State would be upset. Oh, we can actually buy some people. Let's buy the youngest guy here. Well, actually, let's strategize about this. France, Aragon, and... Nobody holds 2. The next oldest person is France. France does already own 1, so we don't want France to get anybody, because then they'll potentially get it. We'll take the guy from France. We'll dump all of our papal influence in there for now. And then we'll piss off the papacy. That should go away over time, where getting the revolt risk is not cool. There goes our stability. We should have... Yeah, we actually do have revolt risk popping up everywhere. So we've let them be. And let's just keep trying. Trying to get France. We want the Union, and we want money. I always want money. Peace offer value is 89, so we need quite a bit more before he'll accept. And can we can reduce war exhaustion slightly. I'm going to buy up stability again soon. I'm not really worried about technology at all. I'm going to be a little bit less stingy with my points this time, because I want to stay stable. I've realized after the bankruptcy of Portugal how incredibly important it is to keep your country under control. Like, you can't... well, until you really understand the game mechanics, I just don't think you can game the system very well. Now, these siege events are very quick, 22 days. Borders are organic things, changing and mutating with the seasons, and with the fortunes of the latest conqueror passing by. Historians will, perhaps, say that events that transpired in Gascony maybe, in the year of our Lord 1447 were inevitable. As Gascony continued to flourish under the benevolent rule of England, the yokels on the other side of the border were bound to get jealous. Perhaps they will be less fair to us. Either way, tensions in Gascony were given a rival neighbor, a casus belli. Not too worried about France. Hey, Denmark, how do you feel about us? You're liking us pretty well, huh? It's probably because we have 7 diplomatic reputation. Our subjects have taken to telling tales about Henry V. We are Henry VI, so we're talking about our father. The legend says that in England's darkest hour he will return to our nation and deliver it from evil. We can either gain 1 yearly prestige for a while, or we can just lose 5 prestige. Yeah, we'll do that. We're about to win a big war. Have our missions changed? Nope, not quite yet. And I do want to accept that one probably soon. We'll see. Okay, if these 2 break, we might have the victory. There's an army to take care of there, buddy. Go get that. Oh, I'm going to take a little break here, though. I'll see you again in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon.